Good morning. It has been several months since I picked you up. I had such plans for last year and sort of trying to do a little bits of Vlogmas and things like that, but life sort of threw a bit of a curveball, so I wasn't able to do it. So I think the last time I picked you up was beginning of November. It is now the last week of January, and I'm dusting off the dust. And I'm gonna just chat to you. I think I'm gonna, things that I've wanted to vlog, but haven't been able, haven't like Paris and a wonderful PR trip, a Christmas PR trip, and Phoebe's graduation, and these things have been and gone. And I'll just sort of quickly go over what it was like, but basically I'm just coming on to sort of say I haven't given up vlogging. I want to pick it up again, but I want to sort of say where I'm at now and what's been happening and why I haven't picked up this camera, if that makes sense. You'll have to excuse all the mess behind me. I'm literally on the sofa. I'm not at work today. I was signed off last week, but I'm not at work today, and I have a hot water bottle on my lap and a hot water in my hand. I'm honestly so fed up of hot waters now because that's all I drink. But anyway, so I'm going to take it back to November. We went to Paris with Marlenka, who is just sunshine and joy. It was just so lovely to get to spend 2.5 days with her. We done this every year for a fair few years now. Sometimes we've even done it twice in 1 year. And we just go to Paris. We stay in a really nice little hotel. We go Eurostar and the sort of hotel package, and we've stayed in this particular hotel twice now. It's just really, really handy. It's nothing fancy, because we don't spend any time there really. We're always out and about, but it's got some nice restaurants nearby, and we kind of know the area now because we've been there a few times, and it's just, Paris is always a good idea. I absolutely love it. And the Eurostar is just so easy. We've done that a couple of times now because we both live in, I sort of live in Ledbury and she lives up near Leeds, so it's very difficult. So we sort of join together in London and then go off together, because we have done planes. We have gone on planes before, but planes have been cancelled. And yeah, anyway, Paris was joy. So we went, I think, mid-November, and it was very, very cold, but it was just lovely. It was lovely to just have that time to be with your girlfriend and to catch up and just to relax, really. Although we were on the go a lot, taking photos obviously and things like that. And for me to be able to watch Marlenka, how she takes her photography, because her photography is just absolutely amazing. How she can see the photo, how she can, just everything. I learnt so much, and it was just fantastic. And sadly, I haven't really picked up my camera since then. I'll be back in a minute. Sorry, I just had to dash off then. All would be explained shortly, and I can't remember where I got to. I might have to go and have a look about what I was talking about. I think maybe Paris, about how wonderful it was. Just bear with me. Okay, I just had a look, and it was about saying I haven't actually picked up my camera since really Paris at all, which is, a bit sad really. But anyway, so Paris was lovely. I'm just going to flip through the things that I really wanted to show you, but haven't been able to. Then I was invited by Bon Marché to go on the British Pullman for a festive lunch. It was the most incredible experience ever. To have been invited to that event was just, I just couldn't believe it. I felt so lucky, so lucky. I have been looking on their website for ages about their trips and what they do, and think, the day trips that they do, and I've always thought, oh God, that would be amazing, but it's just like how much money, a lot of money, but I mean, it's definitely worth it, but it's a lot of pennies, and I'd have loved to, I always said to Mr. W, it would be really nice to do, but for me to be able to experience that at Christmas with a group of wonderful, wonderful women was just incredible. And I do still sort of think, oh, I'd really like to do one with Mr. W. Sort of, they do ones in the summer, and I think they go from like London Victoria. I think they always go from London Victoria to Bath. So I think you have brunch on the way to Bath, and then you have a few hours in Bath, which is always lovely. And then you come back and you have dinner on the way back, and it's just an experience to have with Mr. W. would be amazing. Anyway, so I did that, and that, like I said, it was total pinch me moment, and I felt incredibly, incredibly lucky. Then that brings us to the end of November, and then the beginning of December, it was Phoebe's graduation, and that was amazing, absolutely amazing. Very proud mama moment. Yes, I cried, obviously. Yes, she was like that, but it was lovely. And my mum went and Archie went. Harry couldn't go because he actually had exams that day anyway. But it was lovely, and I was just so proud of her. She's worked so hard to get this degree, so I was just super proud mama moment, that sort of thing. So that was that, and that was pretty much the last time I took any real photos. Obviously took photos of the graduation of me and Phoebe, so I might put one there so you can see it, just me and Phoebe on her graduation day, which is just... But by this time I was actually quite poorly, so I'm going to take you back again and explain what's been happening. So at the end of November, so when I was probably on the British Pullman, I knew something was wrong. I had started passing blood when I went to the toilet, and sometimes I would need the toilet instantly like that, and it just felt very uncomfortable. So I thought maybe it's because I'm taking pre and probiotics or that sort of thing, or I don't know. Anyway, it just gradually got worse and worse. So by the time Phoebe's graduation came round, I was passing blood every time I went to the toilet, and I would go to the toilet a reasonable amount of times. And again, that urgency of needing the toilet was there. So when we went down to Swansea, thankfully Arch drove, bless him, and I sat in the back and my mum sat in the front, and I was very nervous about the journey, because it was 2 hours to get there from here, and toilets, were there any toilets on the way, and that sort of thing. And so when we were at the ceremony, I was like looking out for toilets, making sure I knew where the toilet was in case I needed to dash off, and obviously Phoebe was aware of this. But it was really, I was so anxious, but it was okay. I did okay, and I was okay. But I was so anxious, and I just felt poorly by this stage. So we got back, and I booked an appointment at the doctor's, and they sort of said I needed to do samples, poo samples, or as I like to call it, poo on a stick. I've done quite a few, and some blood samples. So they sent those off. I think the poo samples or the poo on the stick took ages to come back, but the blood sample showed that I had inflammation within me. By this stage, I really, really wasn't very well. I was having to go to the toilet 10, 11 times, even during the night. I was up, and every time I would go to the toilet, it would just be, and every time I went to the toilet, it would just be a lot of blood, and yeah, just very, very unpleasant. So I sort of started thinking about what can I eat to help reduce this. So, you know, I've just sort of had a real look at foods that I can eat and things like that, which is quite restrictive. Anyway, Christmas came and I was eventually signed off work over that period, which was an absolute godsend because by that stage I was just good for I was no good for man nor beast. It had totally knocked me for six. I spent most of Christmas dozing on the sofa. I did manage to put a little bit of blush on Christmas Day and a nice top, but other than that, it was sort of like pajamas and not really being able to eat very much because I was in so much pain as well with it, all down my left hand side. And yeah, it was just awful, really. I have to say that Mr. W was just amazing, absolutely amazing. He took care of everything and the kids were brilliant. My mum came round for a Christmas meal. I had a very small amount of Christmas dinner, which what I tasted was absolutely delicious, but oh my goodness me, it played havoc with me afterwards. And it was just a very quiet, very calm Christmas. Not that we ever have any raucous Christmases, but sometimes people come round in the evening, but thankfully nobody came round in the evening because I really don't think I could have coped. And so I spent Christmas and New Year on the sofa feeling utterly awful and waiting for an appointment at the hospital. So in the new year, so I went back to work on the 5th of January, felt awful, but felt I needed to try and maintain a kind of routine and a bit of normality, although there was none because the thought of even walking to work, I just can't do it just in case I need the toilet. That's how urgent it can be. And when I just went off just now, it's because I needed the toilet again. Anyway, so I sort of called the hospital and I eventually got an appointment for a colonoscopy on the 19th of January, which was last week. And I'd been really poorly over the weekend as well. So I had my colonoscopy last Monday. I was trying to think, my brain is frizzled at the moment. Last Monday, and that was an experience. I had a bit of gas and air, and I think if I have one next time, I might have go out, just put me to sleep. But I could see on the screen when they were inside me, with the camera, I could see on the screen the ulcers and the swelling and the blisters and that sort of thing. And by this stage, I'd obviously had it for a good month and a half, and it's really taken a toll on me, to be honest with you. Anyway, so they did that, and they said that they were going to give me, I'm not going to cry, they were going to give me medication to take home with me. And honestly, when the guy who did the colonoscopy said that, I just burst into tears with absolute relief, because I thought, there is light at the end of the tunnel, there is light, and I'm going to get better, and it's going to be okay. They've taken loads of biopsies, and they're testing for, sorry, I was meant to say this earlier, they're taking loads of biopsies and they're testing for ulcerative colitis and Crohn's, but I believe it's ulcerative colitis, and so do they, but they just need to confirm. So that will be back with me maybe in a few weeks, but I don't know. Anyway, so I got my medication. I'm on steroids for 8 weeks, and then I'm on granules that I have to take for 3 months. However, nothing has really changed. I'm still bleeding a huge amount, and I was actually signed off work last week because I felt so poorly again. So nothing has really changed. I'm still obviously taking my medication, and I'm still bleeding. And I still feel rubbish, for want of a better word. And I was meant to go back to work today, but I had the most horrific night last night. I was up about 10 times from about 2:30. Just couldn't sleep. I've been retching. I'm going to the toilet at the same time. Luckily, I don't have a grand bathroom, and my toilet and my sink are very near to each other, so I can kind of multitask, if that makes sense. I'm sorry if this is TMI, but I just thought I'd give you an update. And I just couldn't face going to work. Luckily, I have a hospital appointment. This is my alarm to take my medication, because I have to take it every few hours, because I have to take so much of it. I'll be back. Ugh. They're only small tablets, but they taste revolting. So I have to take 8 a day for a week, and this is my final 8 a day one, and then I have to take 7 for a week, and then 6, and so on and so forth. Yes, so I can't remember what I was saying again. So last night I just felt awful, and I was meant to be at work today, but I just can't. I've already been asleep on the sofa. I've actually just put a little bit of makeup on, because otherwise I just look like Gollum. But luckily, like I said, I have a hospital appointment today to see the doctor. So I have a list of questions to ask about: is it normal to be retching? What food can I eat? Because am I eating the wrong thing by having, say, bread or pasta or something? I mean, to be honest, I'm not eating a huge amount, because if you eat, you need to go to the toilet, and it's just so uncomfortable to go to the toilet. The pain, like I said, on my left hand side is just horrendous, and it's such a catch-22. I've got to have some more water, because I've still got aftertaste. So yes, and sort of, when do they think the tablets will work? Because at the moment they're really not working. Sorry. So I've got a whole long list of things to ask, and hopefully I will get some answers today, maybe. I don't know. I just don't know. I honestly feel so low. I'm quite a social person, so I'm finding it really hard not being able to go out and see people. I am, if for want of a word, I am sort of like trapped here in the house, because what happens if I need the toilet? What happens if there's no toilet? What do I do? And just feeling awful anyway. Obviously at work, when I'm at work, I've got a toilet next to me, which is good, and obviously everybody at work knows what's going on, so they've been good. But I just feel that I'm losing confidence because I can't do anything. It's just, it's really horrible. It's, my mum, bless her, she's been going to Tesco's for me during the day if I need anything. Although, like I said, I have now put makeup on, whereas for the last few weeks I've been makeup free, and I've actually straightened my hair, whereas before it was just like a pineapple on my head. I've got a nice tracksuit on rather than a pair of pyjamas, so I'm trying to become more me, maybe get dressed. I have to say, this weekend just gone, I felt a little more perkier. I decided that I was going to go and see my friend, and went to see her for 30 minutes, so I actually got out of the house, because other than maybe going to work, that's all I've done for the last few months. I haven't been anywhere. And I put makeup on. I, like I said, did my hair in a loosely termed phrase, because I don't really do an awful lot with my hair. And I got dressed in my nice clothes, just comfy clothes, but nice, and I felt more like me. And then yesterday, I actually filmed a couple of reels in between going to the toilet because I can. And I felt as if I had a little bit more energy because, of course, I'm losing a lot of blood. So I'm thinking that maybe my iron levels might be low. I don't know. I just don't know. And yes, I felt quite as if I'd, more positive, But then again, like I said last night, it was just absolutely horrific. And I feel like I've sort of gone back 6 spaces overnight, and I don't feel as perky, and I am in pain, and I don't feel as positive. It's so horrible. It's kind of debilitating. I want to make plans to go to London. I would love to go out for a meal and eat. Oh God, I'm really craving a burger, to be honest with you. I'm really craving a big, like a Beefy Boys burger, with all the sides. But I just can't eat that. I won't. It would hurt me too much to eat that. So I mean, at the moment, I'm eating soft foods, so things like Greek yogurt with tinned peaches. For lunch, I'm going to have some mashed sardines because I've seen on TikTok and Instagram sardines are really good for you, and give you lots of nutrients. And I thought, well, that's soft. I can eat that with what's it called? I can't think what it's called. I can't think what it's called. It is called. I'm going to find it. Hold on. Honestly, my brain is fried, so I've just had a look. Sauerkraut. So sardines with sauerkraut because that's good for your gut as well. And avocado, and I'll have I had soup last night for dinner. I don't know whether that did me wrong or not. I don't know. But tonight I'll probably have scrambled egg and more avocado. So lots of soft foods is what I'm eating at the moment. Gentle foods. Yeah, and I am daydreaming about being able to go to a restaurant with Mr. W and just having a really nice food, or just going to Beefy Boys and having just this massive burger. Oh my God, and chips and everything, and being able to eat it and not suffer and not have to worry about the toilet. Like I said, to go to London, to meet up with friends in London, or have a day out, or go away for the night, or that sort of thing. To be able to do that, I miss being able to plan. I do like to plan things, and I'm missing being able to plan anything, because I just don't know where I'm going to be at the moment until it's sort of, I suppose, until the medication gets under control. I just, yeah, it's so frustrating, and it has got me very low. I feel very low because of it. Yeah, but hopefully with a positive attitude that I am going to embrace. Like I said, makeup on. It's only a little bit of makeup, but it looks better than I did. And doing my hair, doing a bit of self-care. So I've been using my Zip Halo, which I must show you. My Zip Halo in the morning, and then I use my LED mask in the evening. I've been putting face masks on. I've been, slathering my skin in gorgeous creams that I've been sent and bought. Having nice baths just to try and relax my stomach area and just relax in general. That's all helping, I think, and getting dressed. Getting dressed. Okay, I'm this is a nice sweatshirt. This is what Mr. W bought me for Christmas, and I love it. So, but I actually got dressed in a pair of jeans yesterday, fairly loose because I don't like anything too tight on my tummy at the moment, and just a nice cardigan. I mean, it was just simple, but I just felt like it was me. So I need to stop being a negative Nelly, and I need to start being more positive and doing positive things. I'm loving the self-care bit. I need to keep it up even when I'm well again, because that I just really I very rarely do anything like that, but I need to make it into a routine. That's it, that's part of my routine. I want to ask the doctor today, can I start doing things like yoga gently, that sort of thing. I've had to obviously give up the gym, so all that work that I had done prior to Christmas with May and running with my sister has all stopped because I just can't. I couldn't possibly even contemplate going for a run at the moment, or even for a walk. But if I can do something at home gently, then maybe that's another step forward. And I want to know what foods can I eat, what is going to help me get my body better, as well as the medication. What can I do? Because I mean, I can, I've obviously Googled things, and and people have been amazing, because today I put a post on Instagram about what I'm talking to you about, and I've had so many comments, and I'm so tired I can't really reply to everybody at the moment, but I need to. But people who have this condition are sort of saying, right, if you want any help and that sort of thing. It's been quite an emotional day today. I think also because I'm just very tired as well, but in general anyway, I'm emotional. I keep crying at the drop of a hat. It's daft. But yes, I need to be a more positive me, and then hopefully that will help. I hope this ramble has made sense as to why I haven't been on here and to what's going on. I will let you know what the doctor says and the hospital says, and I'll keep you informed, but I'm hoping that maybe I can do more vlogging shortly. I've been Googling about making like sourdough, but gluten-free sourdough. I don't know whether you can do that, or whether there's any recipes, or whether it'll be the same, or try and because I love bread. But is that making me worse? I don't know. There's so many things that are going around in my head about, should I eat this? Shouldn't I eat this? But it's, yeah. But so this is a very short vlog, I think, because it's just me rambling. But I hope it's made sense, and yeah. That's it really. I don't know what else to say other than just hopefully I'll be back to me soon. And yeah, but thank you for watching, and I really do appreciate it. And yeah, here's to being me again soon. Good afternoon. So a few days have now passed. I think I spoke to you on Monday. I spoke to you on Monday before I went to the hospital. It is now, I want to say Wednesday, but I'm not sure. It's Wednesday. So I went to, and I just thought I'd give you an update. I'm going to try and update you as I go along. I'm obviously at home, but I went to the hospital in Hereford as an appointment, and I have to say they were absolutely fabulous. The nurse was so lovely. I asked my questions about, what foods should I be eating, and I seem to be eating the right things, like non-fibrous and soft foods. So for lunch I had scrambled egg, avocado and hummus. It's a mix, but it was nice. And things like that. And I asked about the fact that I'm still bleeding, even though I've been on meds for over a week now, and I'm still bleeding quite a lot. And she said that she would speak to the doctors because really the meds should slowly be starting to work, and perhaps they're not. So she suggested that, I'm not quite sure, I can't remember what I said, but I have to take 8 steroids a day, and then I was meant to reduce them down. So 8 steroids a day for a week, and then reduce down to 7 for week 6, and so on and so forth. But she said to stay at 8, but to take them all in one hit. So I take 8. Luckily, they're the tiniest of tablets. Absolutely revolting, even though they're tiny. Absolutely revolting. And it gives me the most horrific metallic taste in my mouth all the time. It's just horrible. Anyway, so she said to sort of just do that. But I think she's going to speak to the doctors and sort of, if it's not working still, maybe in another week, then perhaps we're going to look at having steroids via IV. So we'll see. Whatever they think, I'm just going to go with, because I just want to be me again. I just want to feel like me again. But it was a very positive experience. I was really came out feeling quite positive, to say that same word again, which I'll probably say again and again. They also took some bloods. I asked about whether, doing like things like yoga or Pilates would be good for me, and she said probably yes, but obviously I know my own body, and it just takes your mind off of what's going on. If you're sort of thinking about something else, you're not thinking about how you're feeling and what's going on in there, which makes sense, and it's true, it does. So we're now on Wednesday. I've been up since 4:30 this morning, so I have to go to the toilet during the night. Sometimes it's just blood, sometimes it's a little bit of substance, shall we say, but not a lot. But generally in the early hours of the morning is when I seem to, I don't know, well, it's when I start going to the toilet properly. Again, not a great deal of substance, but there's some substance there. I'm so sorry if you're eating your breakfast. And it's so painful, and it can take a long time anyway. So I've been up since 4:30 going to the toilet, in between, a little bit in the night. So I feel quite shattered. I am now back at work, but I'm only working in the mornings because I'm just, I don't know whether you think I look tired. I don't know. To me, I look absolutely drained. I feel so tired, and in fact, I'm going to cover myself in my little heated blanket shortly and have a snooze, because I'm just so tired. But being back at work, even though I, obviously would rather be doing a different job, as we know, it's been good for me because it's made me feel like I have a bit of normality, like I'm a human being again, as it were. I'm obviously talking to the people at work, my friends at work, and my mind is busy doing other things. So that's actually been quite good for me. I don't know how I'm going to cope if I'm this tired by being full-time next week. We will see. So that's been quite good. I want to just go back to the steroids again, talk about steroids, because not only do they give me the most horrendous metallic-y taste in my mouth, but I think taking 8 at the same time, oh my goodness me, it's like I've drunk like 30 espressos, and I'm just like, I feel like I'm just shaking inside and out, but I'm obviously not. But it's just such a strange sort of like feeling. It's not the nicest, I have to say, but if it's working, that's all that matters, I think. So I've had my lunch, like I said. I've just had my cup of bone broth. In fact, that reminds me, I must need to order some more. I just love my bone broth. I just love it, and I do feel that it's doing me good. So I'm definitely continuing with that. And for dinner tonight, I'm going to have a little piece of salmon, and some couscous, and possibly half an avocado. Yes, and maybe some hummus. Just an eclectic mix of soft foods. But I do feel in a more positive state of mind, if that makes sense. I did actually walk to work this morning because Arch had the car overnight elsewhere, so I walked. I was, oh my God, I was so anxious and worried. Thankfully, my sister lives on the road that I need to walk to work, and I had to call her to sort of say, open your front door, I need to come in, before I got there. So I was able to do a loose stop on the way to work. I'm smiling, but I was, oh my God, I was so stressed and so anxious. And I don't know whether it was like a combination of I actually needed to go to the toilet as well as me being anxious about having to walk to work, if that makes sense. Yeah. So luckily Archie picked me up at lunchtime and brought me home. So I didn't have to walk, but it's that unknown. When will I need the toilet? Will I get to a toilet? Is there a toilet? Yeah, so it was a bit this morning. But yeah. And I think that's it. I'm sort of I don't know how this vlog is going to be. It's just me rambling on about how I'm feeling and that sort of thing. So it's not my usual kind of vlog. But I think the point of me wanting to do a vlog is to sort of, this is my life and this is where I am at the moment. And, hopefully onwards and upwards. I've had so many messages. I think I said this on Monday on Instagram, and people contacting me sort of saying that they've had the same diagnosis and they're now managing it really well. Just no medication, just diet and, that sort of thing. And, that they haven't had any symptoms for many years and things like that. So that has given me so much hope that, I am going to be okay. And, with the correct diet and, eating the good foods. Yes, okay, I might put some fish and chips or something like that. But I won't not have some nice bits and pieces as well. But to be more, I definitely need to be more mindful of my food and things like that. And yeah. So, but yes, I feel positive, and I feel that things will hopefully or definitely go in the right way with meds, hopefully working soon, or if not them working, then we'll try something else. So it's all going in the right direction, if that makes sense. Anyway, I am going to now cover myself in my little heated blanket that my lovely friend Isabel bought me. Oh my God, it's such a joy. I'm like a proper nana. But it's so nice, and I'm just going to have a little snooze, and hopefully I'll catch up with you in a few days and let you know where I am, and then hopefully post this. Because sometimes although I think, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, my head is just like so tired that I just can't do anything. Anyway, I'm going to have a snooze. Good morning. It is Saturday. I don't even know what time it is. It's nearly 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just slowly getting ready. I have my hot water bottle tucked into my leggings. I like to wear, you have to excuse my very squeaky stool. Yeah, I just like to have my hot water bottle on my tummy because it's so sore. I just thought I would pop on. I look like Gollum, and I'm hoping to not look like Gollum in a short while if I put some face on. I've just washed my hair and just dried it. I haven't done anything with it. But I just thought I'd tell you where I am now. I have to say I feel really tired. I'm still bleeding. I'm in pain. I had a reasonable night's sleep, to be honest with you, last night. I came home from work at lunchtime, and I had a snooze in the afternoon, which was amazing, which is what I've been doing. I think I'm going to struggle next week when I go back full time, but it is what it is, and we are where we are, isn't it? I've not a lot I can do about it. But and then I had some soup for my lunch just like a brothy soup. I mean, didn't make it myself. I need to start making it myself, but I just don't have the anyway, it was a good quality brothy soup. So because I hate creamy soups. Anyway, so I had that. I had a snooze, and then for dinner I just had a bowl of porridge with some peaches, tinned peaches, soft tinned peaches and juice, and fell asleep on the sofa at about 7:30. I'm wonderful company for Mr. W at the moment, and woke up at 10. Took on cleansed my face and things like that, and went to sleep. I was up quite a lot during the night, going to the toilet, but I was able to sleep in between, which was really, really nice. So yes, but this morning I'm in pain. I seem to sort of process my food or process things sort of during the night and into the sort of morning and sort of to about 11ish. And it's just so much pain on my left hand side. Sometimes, sorry if it's TMI, but sometimes it's sort of like, it has substance to it. Other times it's just like blood, really. I'm not gonna lie, I feel really low with it. Kind of, want the medication to start working now properly, and for me to feel like me again. I need to call the hospital on Monday because I need to know whether I'm still to take the 8 steroids a day or whether I'm to reduce them down. I'm not quite sure what's happening there, and whether they saw anything in my bloods, whether I'm anemic. I don't know. But I kind of need to speak to the hospital, really, so I need to call them on Monday just to find out, because then it would have been a week since I saw them. But yeah, I was hoping to be more positive, and I'm about to run out of battery, so I might have to change my camera. So maybe when the next camera comes up, I'll be a bit more positive, and if I put makeup on, then I suppose that brightens me up. But yeah, I don't know. I find it very draining, very, very draining. Just sort of like the pain and just the being sort of trapped in a way that I feel that I can't go out, or I don't feel safe to go out because I don't know. Sometimes when my tummy hurts, it's really difficult to stand up straight and I'm just crouched. I look like a nana. I tell you, I look like a nana, nana chic. But yeah, so today I'm going to just take it easy. I'm going to pop to Tesco's. I'm going to have some fish tonight, I think. So I'm going to bake myself some cod. Well, me and Mr. W bake myself some cod. He'll have a herby crust. I'll just have plain cod. And I'll just have mine with a little bit of couscous because that's sort of soft and gentle. And then I'll just do him with like new potatoes and all the veg and stuff like that. I need to sort of have a Google about what veg is okay for me to eat, because I don't want to eat anything too fibrous, because it's difficult to process and painful and things like that. It's such a learning curve, and like I think I've said previously on I don't know why I'm crying previously on my rambles. I've had so many lovely messages from people sort of saying they've been in the same position and they're absolutely fine now and they manage it without meds and that sort of thing, and that's all that's in my head. I just want to be in that place, and it's so frustrating that I know it's going to take time, but I'm really impatient and I don't want it to take. I just want to be okay now. I'm a bit fed up with feeling like this. But I've had so many lovely messages. It's just, social media has such a bad rap, but honestly, it's the best thing ever, I think. Anyway, I am going to put my makeup on. I'm going to dry my tears. I'm not going to cry anymore. I'm going to put my big girl pants up and be brave and be positive, because each day maybe
is, I mean, maybe I'm not noticing it. I might have to get a tissue in a minute. Each day, maybe I'm not noticing it. Maybe it's just the tiniest bit better, tiniest bit better, tiniest bit better. And like I said, I do feel better than I was before. So, you know, I do have positives, and I don't want to be totally moany and weepy on this video, but I think that's the way it's going to be, this one. Next one, I promise I'll be more perky. But yeah, so I think I just need to be patient. I think once I speak to the hospital and know, you know, what they need me to do and what they want me to do, whether I have to have, you know, IV injections or whether I stay on the steroids, I don't know. I need to know what the plan is, really. If I continue bleeding, you know, is that normal? Will it just take time to stop bleeding? You know, was I expecting too much to sort of like stop bleeding overnight? I don't know. I've got really bad stomach pain now, so I'm going to just quickly turn this off and possibly go to the toilet. Bear with. Okay, we're back with a tissue, just in case, you know, dry my eyes. So I'm going to put some makeup on. So I've been catching up on vlogs and things like that, and I watched, oh my goodness, I think I need to go again. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back again. Right, okay, let's see if we can make it through this. So I've sort of switched up a little bit my makeup. I'm just very basic at the moment. And I watched Molly Campsey vlog the other day. I think she's fabulous. And she was using... Oh. Okay, let's start again. So she was using this, which I forgot I had, and I really, really like it. And this is shade 2. I don't know whether they sent it to me. I don't know whether it's my perfect shade, but it seems to do. And all I do is I also add, because I feel that this gives me, as you can see, I really love it. There's a hair there. I can see a hair. This gives me a really nice glow, and I love it. Absolutely love this. So nice. And I just literally put a little bit of each on my hand and then smoosh it all over my face. Really, really easy. I'm very basic at the moment with my makeup. Not that I've ever been anything other than basic, but do you know what I mean? It's just, it just makes me feel a little bit more human than Gollum. I need to also talk about my some of the creams that I've using at the moment. So basically, there you go, that's what I do. And then I get my brush, which, please don't judge, absolutely needs to be washed. And I just put it all over my face, and it just blends so nicely together, and just gives me a bit of my skin a bit of a boost, as it were. It makes it look a little bit better. I have to at least put my little light on here, sorry. Bright lights and professional. There you go. One day I might be a professional vlogger. You never know. You never know. Miracles may happen. And I just put it in like that. I mean, I'm not really going anywhere, but it's just nice too. I'm going to try and do a little bit of content today for the gram. So I just need to look a little bit, like I said, less Gollum-like, and yeah. But I want to just say that I have been using this. It's a Collagen Expert Hydra Essence from Gatineau, and it is lovely in the mornings, along with the Gatineau Collagen Expert Soothing Serum. And I have to say, my skin feels so nice. It really does. I mean, I may look like Gollum, but I'm Gollum with quite nice skin, which is good. Anyway, then I also then add a little bit of concealer, just to perk those little eyes up so they're less baggage. I would be charged for my bags under my eyes if I was flying Ryanair. And I'm so many fingers and thumbs today, it's terrible. And I just blend it in like that, just to give me a little bit of a boost. Ta-da! And that, honestly, I'm feeling perkier already, isn't it? Isn't it funny? The you know, just doing a little bit of, can you call makeup self-care? I suppose you can, can't you? Maybe. Yeah, and then I'm going to add a little bit of Le Bronzer. This is the number 7 one, which is quite nice. It's like I said, I'm no professional, and as you can see, I'm no professional. But yeah. Sorry. My tummy is just so sore, so sore. It's all down my left side. I can kind of feel it. It's just horrible. I have my hot water with me, which tastes so funny because I have that metallic-y taste in my mouth all the time. I just can't. It's the steroids. I know it's the steroids, so I just can't get rid of it. It's just horrible. Anyway, bit perkier. Now I need to do my eyes. Now I was sent this on my eyebrows, this from L'Oreal, the faux brow. Now my eyebrows are horrific. They haven't been tweaked or anything for months. They're having never plucked them as a young girl, way back. They're just terrible. I don't have much eyebrow. I sort of kind of, I don't know whether I have alopecia or it's just that I have just not a lot of hair on my eyebrows. But I was sent this, and can you see? It's got, can you see that? 2 little things. I've not really used it before, so we're just going to go and just see what it looks like. I mean, Bryony, my lovely friend Bryony, who does my eyebrows, is actually coming on Tuesday. Hopefully just to give them a bit of a tint and just to shape them a bit again. But I mean, can we see any difference? Do I have to do anything? It's not my colour, that's for sure. It's like a ruddy colour. I might just go in with this. I don't know. Oh. Maybe I should go to makeup classes. There, that's a little bit better, isn't it? I think I need to learn how to use that other one, because I think they're meant to be very, very good, but you know, we will see. I then have the brow lamination from L'Oreal, which is really nice, really nice. I mean, I obviously don't have many brows, but you know, I just do that just to make it hopefully look a little bit better. Yeah. And then I go in with, she says if she can find it, I think I need to sharpen it actually. Just a brown eyeliner, and I do the underneath the top lid thing, which I find very uncomfortable, but it seems to sort of work and it stays. So I'm just going to get a mirror here, just bear with, and I'll just put it on underneath. Oh, I really don't like doing this. Pure concentration. Other side. Oh my goodness me. This is scintillating, isn't it? Yeah, that's about as good as it gets, and that's all I'm doing. I'll then put on some mascara, and again this is the L'Oreal Panorama mascara like I said, today it's all about just easy, just feeling, a little bit more me. And yeah. When you just do that and you make your eyes almost water. My eyes are going to water. Yep, my eyes are going to water. Okay, I need to get my tissue because this is not tears, this is me now watering eyes. Oh my goodness me. So those are my eyes. Blusher wise, I bought this ages ago from Hourglass, and I have never really used it, but I'm now slightly obsessed with it, and it's a lovely little blush. It is diffused heat and I really like it, and I just use my little brush there, multi-purpose brush, and I just put a little bit on here on my cheeks, and I like it. I mean, I've got a few spots and things like that, but you know that's the way it goes sometimes, isn't it? But I like the rosiness that it gives me. It takes me away from Gollum. There you go. I mean, like I said, it's not the best, but we go with the flow today. We just sort of, oh, my eyes. Oh. Then I am going to use the YSL All Hours Hyper Luminize. It's so nice. It is so nice. And I just put a little bit on my cheeks just to give myself a little bit of a glow there, and I actually put some on my eyes as well just to make them less plain. Bit on the end of my nose. There you go. That's it there. This is how it is. For Christmas, Archie bought me some Merit products. One in being this lip liner, which is really nice, and I would tell you what shade it is, but I can't. So I just put a little bit along there. I never go down to the bottom. I just stop halfway there because that makes your lips look fuller, if that makes sense. I saw that on Instagram. That's not me knowing that. I just saw that on Instagram and it really does work. And then, And then I have the Merit lip gloss. I don't know what the colour is, but it's nice. And I just took that a little bit. Like that, and that is kind of it. Finish off with the Hourglass Veil Soft Focus Setting Spray, which is really, really lovely. And voila! I actually feel so much better already. Isn't it funny? I need to wipe my nose. Sorry. This is one heck of a vlog, isn't it? Crying, moaning, poking my eye out, yeah. So, and there's my hair, which I may or may not straighten at some point today. I don't know. I just can't be bothered at the moment. Not sure whether to keep a fringe or whether to just not have a fringe. Fringe is a lot of upkeep, and I've cancelled my hair appointment a few times since I've been ill because I just can't go there. But fringe is like a free Botox, isn't it? But anyway, et voila, that is me. I am going to now, I think I'm going to end the vlog here if that's okay. I'm feeling more positive. I'm not crying. I have face on. And hopefully I'll be able to give you some news, more positive news, and I'll be more positive next time you see me, which is hopefully not going to be too far away, really. I need to start sort of going to the pubs that I work at again, sort of possibly in the next week, maybe next week, which I'm a bit nervous about, I'm not going to lie, because I'm nervous about the drive time, because it takes about an hour to get to one of them, it takes an hour and a half to get to the other, but I need to start doing that again, and yeah, and just hopefully next time I see you, I may have more answers. I may, even though the steroids may be working, or even, better, I may have stopped bleeding, and I don't know. But I'm hoping, yeah, that's the case. We will see. But if you've got to the end of this, and I just want to say thank you. And I'm hoping, like I said, next vlog it'll be more sort of normal things, maybe a bit of baking. I'm thinking, did I say already that I'm thinking about starting to make my own sourdough? I've been speaking to the lovely Ask Charlie about it, and who is amazing, and so yeah, I'm thinking that's going to be good for me to do. It's going to be good for my gut as well, and also I've been speaking to Mr. W and my mum and stuff, and sort of saying that when I can sort of start eating normally again, if as it were, I really need to look at where I buy my products from, and the meat that I buy, and it has, I need to sort of have really good quality food, and I need to take this really seriously, and I need to sort of, not that I ate badly before, but I think, like, go to the butchers, buy my meat from the butchers, know where it's come from, rather than pop into Tesco's and that sort of thing. So yeah, so I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. I am going to stop rambling. Thank you so much for watching this vlog. I'm so sorry. I'm going to cry again. I'm so sorry that it's not a usual vlog, but I think the purpose of a vlog is, to show the good and the bad, maybe. This is my life. This is how it is at the moment. And I'm not going to cry. But yeah, so if you got to the end, you deserve a medal. And hopefully I will see you. Hopefully I haven't put you off, and I will see you in the next one.